Boys, we're back. I was just scrolling through Facebook Marketplace, come across 09 Yamaha Grizzly 700 fuel injected. It's listed as a parts bike, but it's 09 Grizzly for $500. We're not going to waste no time. I'm going to go on now, hook up the trailer, jump in the truck. We're going to go pick this thing up. So here's the Marketplace ad. It's short and sweet. There's only 2 pictures. 09 Grizzly 700 for parts of repair. Starts with a boost. Needs rear CV axles and brakes. There was only 2 pictures of this bike on the ad, and both of the pictures were honestly pretty bad. I have no clue how many kilometers are on this bike, but it's only been an hour away from me. So let's go. So I showed up and the seller started it up with the booster pack. It does run. It does not drive. It doesn't drive because one of the CV shafts are bonding up or broke or whatnot. So I handed him over $500 and we loaded her up on the trailer. I figured for $500 I could triple my money just by parting this thing out. So let's strap her down and get back to the shop. That ain't going nowhere. Well, we made it back, boys. She's pretty rough, but honestly not as rough as I expected on the pictures. I'm told that there's something going on here back with the rear axles and that they're binding up or they won't turn or something. There's no battery in it. I did hear it start all on a booster pack. We're supposed to get a bunch of snow tonight, so I'm going to unload it off the trailer, get the trailer put back and get the plow put back on my truck. But the bike will be in the shop and it'll be nice and dry for tomorrow morning. So here she is. This is my 2009 Yamaha Grizzly in Yamaha blue. She's a 700. And if you're looking at this and thinking it's a pile of junk, well, that would make the 2 of us. But there's something about taking a pile of junk that someone else gave up on and making it good again. There's just something about that, you know, just kind of hits the sweet spot. Now, no doubt this thing has been well used, but everything is here, and this is a great foundation for a project. I do have that plastic that covers up the battery. I just chucked it in the truck so it didn't blow away. We got the blingy rims with the flat tires. The plastics are a little faded, but they're not cracked up and not in horrible condition. Well, maybe there is a few cracks, but they're not too bad. You can see here, it's a Grizzly 700 FI. And if you're wondering what that FI stands for, it's idiot, because that's what you gotta be to buy this. Just kidding. It actually means friggin' irresistible, because how can you not want to buy this? So I kind of bought this thing sight unseen. I seen a 700 Grizzly for $500. I mean, that's a smoking deal. I didn't ask too many questions. I went and picked it up. I don't even know how many kilometers are on this thing. Not a clue. Don't even know if it drives. It does run. I know that. He started it for me with the booster pack. We push it on the trailer because supposedly one of the rear axles are busted and it was binding up or something. So let's have a look and let's get to work.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
So we need to get this thing jacked up so I can give everything a shake, take the wheels off and have a good look at it. My jack is out snowed in the back of my truck and my ramp is buried in junk. But we're strong around here. Brr. Nothing better than a herniated disc. Ugh. Fun fact, I'm supposed to be working on this old Summit and trying to get this going, but when Marketplace calls, you gotta answer. First things first, before I go ahead and get too excited about stuff, I'm gonna hook the battery up to this thing. I don't have any ATV batteries on me, but I got a car battery, I got some booster cables. We're gonna rig it up. We'll start it, listen to the engine, make sure it's all sounding good. We'll put it in reverse and drive, make sure it drives, and then we'll move on. All right, we got our red, positive, we got our ground, our negative. Hook up our battery. Oh, can hear stuff happening. Can hear the fuel pump kicking in. Sounds excellent. We've got about 11,000. That's a trip. $5,915 kilometers, 610 hours. 610 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 kilometers, 610 ho sounds good. The muffler sounds like it's pretty loud for some reason. I guess that's why the muffler's loud. Beautiful. So that's a bonus. We got a custom performance muffler. Excellent. Okay, we're in forward. We got one wheel moving. One wheel's moving. The other axle, the cup is moving, but the wheel's not, so the axle is busted off. I'm gonna rev this thing up now, and I want you to look at this rear differential and see if you notice anything weird. Let's put her in four-wheel drive and see if our front wheels are moving. Lock our differential. Alright, look at our drive shaft going into this front diff. So the drive shaft is moving. But nothing else is moving. I just love that for me. So we might need a front diff. So this thing is literally like one wheel drive right now. So maybe it's not actually the front diff because I'm pressing these buttons up here. This is for my four-wheel drive. But I'm not hearing this motor back here engaged. So maybe it's just that little motor that would engage the four-wheel drive. I just realized that I just started this thing up and revved the piss out of it. And I didn't even check the oil. Real smooth. I mean, there's oil in there. It's good and black, but it's there. So also, our front brakes aren't working. If you look here, that side looks like we got a brand new caliper. On this side, we have no caliper. So we're going to need the right front caliper. The wheel bearing here is also shot. If you look here, if you just take the wheel and move it up and down motion, you can see the play there in that wheel bearing. So we need a right front caliper, right front wheel bearing. The ball joints seem to be the best kind. Also, I just noticed here on this side, our frame has got a little crack here. It's not too bad though. I can definitely weld that up. All right, let's come over to the other side here now. The inner tie riding is like severely bad on this one. We got a brand new caliper. The two front axles looks like they're pretty new actually. We got a bit of play here in this wheel bearing. Ball joints are good. Bushings seem to be good. Everything is pretty tight here, minus the bearings, and this one needs an inner tie riding really bad. Look in there. Look, I'm moving this wheel back and forth. The steering, look, I'm moving it. Steering wheel is not moving at all, or the handlebars, sorry. Look in there. Man, that is shot. Not too bad. Bearings seem to be good there. The bearings are good here. The bushings have a little bit of play, but really not too bad. So this is our rear axle. This is our bad axle right here. Let me see the wheel spinning. And that is doing absolutely nothing. This side is not too bad. Our boot is torn open. So when I bought this, I was told that one of the rear axles were bonding up. So I was almost afraid that the rear diff was bad when I bought it. But I'm pretty certain now it was just one of those axles were just bound up or whatever, right? But two of those wheels are moving free here now. It's definitely the axle issue. So look at this. I'm going to move this wheel back and forth. Look at that diff, guys. And if you look on the bottom of the frame, right here, look. So this diff is bolted on right here. Up here, the frame, I don't know what happened here, but the diff mount is ripped away from that frame. Look. See that? Now I know a lot of you guys would probably look at that and run as fast as you can go, but not me. I'd rather see that kind of stuff because that means no money. I'm not going to have to spend any money to fix that little repair. It's just going to be a couple hours with the old Mr. Flux Core welder, and should be probably stronger than it was when it was new. The tires also don't have a whole lot of tread on them. Well, the rear tires here you can see are on backwards, two of them. So these could just be swapped around. This one here is flat. Probably just needs some air. It's probably got a hole or a leak in it somewhere. We'll have to fix that. But the tires are not horrible. They'll probably do. But honestly, guys, for 500 bucks, I'm not disappointed at all. This is kind of what I've expected for a $500 bike, especially a $500 700 Grizzly. I mean, I'm willing to bet that we can have this thing pretty well damn near perfect. You know, not showroom quality perfect, but perfect to be going out, ripping around, getting your firewood with, and doing donuts. We can get this thing on the go for, I'd say, 1,500 bucks or less. For sure. Also, I noticed the engine light is on and it's showing a code 15. And according to Google, that's for the TPS. So I'm going to have to look into that, check over the wiring, check over the fuses and relays, and probably order a sensor. Quick light check. Lights are on, but there's nobody home. Also just notice on every single wheel, we're missing one lug nut. So this thing actually came with a few spare parts as well. I forgot about that. They were in the back of the truck. We got an axle here that is non-existent. That's garbage. It did come with these tie rod ends. I guess these were spares or ones that he had bought and intended on picking up. They look to be best kind, but the boots are. That one's destroyed. But this one here don't look too bad. Don't seem to be any play in these joints. So that's great. And right here we also have brake pads. Brand new brake pads. For the front, I'm assuming. There are 4 brake pads here. So we're just going to have to get that caliper. We already got the pads. I already got the tie rod. Whatever that is. So I got to hunt down some parts. Hunt down. We need a battery, 2 rear axles. We got to repair the frame back there for the rear diff. We got no 4-wheel drive. I'm pressing the button and I can hear the relay clicking, which tells me that the button is working. I got to look into the relay. Could be the relay, could be the wiring, probably the actuator. We need a seat cover because it's torn. We're going to clean up these plastics, see if we can bring some life back into these. We're going to do oil and filter change. We got that frame crack on the front, can easily be repaired with the welder. 2 front bearings. We got the right front caliper. We already have the pads, so we can cross that out. The inner tie rod in. There's a good used one here in that box. We already have. The engine light is on. We got to weld up the muffler if we want. It doesn't sound too bad, to be honest with you. And we need 4 lug nuts because there's one missing off of each wheel. I might have one on one of the old bikes up there in the scrap pile. I'll have to check it out. So I'm going to go ahead now. I'm going to hunt down some parts, whatever I can find locally, whatever I can get used, I'm going to get used as cheap as possible. Some stuff I'm definitely probably going to have to order online. So what do you guys think? Drop a comment. Does this thing deserve to be a parts bike, or should this thing be fixed up to its former glory and we can get it ripping once again? That's it for this video. Please like and subscribe.